Welcome everyone to the Reading Writing Corner. I'm your host, Leanne. And if you have been here before, welcome back. And if this is your first time, pull up a seat, sit down. We are going to go over this non-spoiler review part of this video for False Memory by Dan Crocos. This is part of a series called False Memory. About the series, who can you trust when your memory is taken from you? That is the question Miranda North is left with when her memory is taken from her. Join her as she struggles to find out what her normal is. What made me read this book? The blurb and the title sounded interesting. That's it. Miranda wakes up alone on a park bench with no memory. In her panic, she releases a mysterious energy that incites pure terror in everyone around her, except for Peter, a boy who isn't at all surprised by Miranda's shocking ability. Left with no choice but to trust a stranger, Miranda discovers she was trained to be a weapon and is part of an elite force of genetically altered teens who possess flawless combat skills and powers strong enough to destroy a city. But adjusting to her old life isn't easy, especially with Noah, the boyfriend she can't remember loving. Then Miranda uncovers a dark truth that sets her team on the run. Suddenly her past doesn't seem to matter when there might not be a future. Miranda does not know what is happening to her, and her only clue is that a young man she meets for what she believes is the first time. She has to figure out who to trust and what to do when she learns she's not just a normal young woman. The setup of the characters is fast-paced because the book is I don't know. It's just a fast-paced book. And their motives are revealed quickly. How do the characters react to the situation? With determination and a lot of confusion on what is going on around them. They do not know the truth and must find it out for themselves. So there's a lot of confusion in what's going on and they don't really understand it. The genre is considered to be young adult. Did this live up to my expectations? It was okay. Not exactly what I had been expecting, but still pretty good read. Which character did I relate to the most? No one in particular, because I'm not a teenager with memory issues or powers. Even though sometimes I feel like I do have memory issues. Which secondary character stood out the most? Peter. Peter, it seemed he knew things that the others did not, but he only believed in the people that raised/trained him. What was more important, the character or the plot? The plot was more important because the teens had zero direction at all, and if there wasn't a plot there, they would go nowhere because confused teenagers don't really do anything. It had one voice, and it was person point of view, and it did not affect my reading. So I will end this non-spoiler part of the video with, should you go and read this story/series? Yes, if you like mystery and young adult books mixed with thrillers and possibly love and romance. If you think I deserve a like, comment, or even your lovely subscription, would you drop it down below as you are leaving the video if you don't want to be spoiled? And if not, welcome. Thank you for staying. In this book, you meet the main character, side characters, and important recurring characters. You meet Miranda North, the main character. She woke up with no memories on a bench and made her way into a mall where she met Peter. She is what is called a rose, someone with the ability to incite fear through her mind. She is actually a clone of Mrs. North, who is a clone of somebody else. We don't know who that somebody is, but I'm sure we'll eventually learn. Noah East, a clone and the person who found out they were being sold off. He messed with Miranda's memory shots in the hopes of protecting her. The two had been dating at the time and he'd been in love with her. He loved her. Peter West, leader of the Alpha team of Miranda, Noah, and Olive. He planted trackers into them to be able to find them. He actually has a crush on Miranda. And Olive South, she actually has a crush on Noah. She actually forgets her memories towards the end because she actually needed more memory shots to boost her memory because her body burned through it faster. I don't know if it was because she was a dark-skinned character in it or not, but she does actually die trying to save Peter and take out the creators. It's a little sad. She dies not understanding anything, even though the others thought she understood everything until they realized she didn't. Rice was one of the first clones, or at least I think he's one of the first clones, we're not really sure. He escaped and killed off his Rose team members after they chased him down because they were told he was crazy. He helps rescue Miranda, Noah, Peter, Olive, and plans to destroy the creators so they can be free. They take many memory shots with them so they can not forget who they are until they become adults, and they just the powers stop being there and they're allowed to retain their long-term memories and short-term. Mrs. North, one of the people behind everything that we know of. She even planted a Miranda after the one Noah left behind died in order to track them. She died in the explosion that took out the hundreds of clones being grown in a basement of a big ass tower. Dr. Tykas, the person in charge of the Alpha team and preparing them to block. He did not like that they were being bought and sold so early. He thought he had another year with them. He thought he could do more with them, and he didn't like it. And he was actually killed by the Beta team. Sifo Phil, the person in charge of training and teaching the Alpha team. He vanishes. I don't know if he dies in the underground basement that was exploded, that where the Alpha team had stayed, or if he was one of the ones that betrayed Tykas. It's not explained in the book. We don't know. He's just there, then gone. Grace, a clone of Miranda and part of the Beta team. She is implanted with a tattoo that stops them from resisting orders. She is actually killed by Miranda. Thrown off a roof. She is thrown off a roof and killed. Tobias, a clone of Peter and part of the Beta team. He is killed when the building where the creators lived were destroyed. Dr. Conlin, in charge of the Beta team. She is the reason Olive lost her memory. She was also there to see through the whole thing, and when she realized everything would but not, she said, your one true mission is not to be sold and destroy the world, but you don't know that. He would run screaming into the night, and she actually takes the poison and kills herself. Joshua, a clone of Noah and part of the Beta team. He attempted to kill Miranda for killing Grace, but Noah and Miranda killed him together. Miranda almost dies because she gets stabbed in the back by Joshua. Nicole, a clone of Olive and part of the Beta team. She is killed when the building where the creators lived was destroyed. Sequel, a new clone of Miranda that was saved by Rice and Team Alpha. So she actually joins them, and they give her the name Sequel instead of Miranda. There is only one point of view within this, and of course it's first person. It's Miranda North. So you have a very unreliable narrator to begin with, because she has no memories. My favorite character was Miranda because even though she thought she lost her memory, she does not break down and cry, but carries on trying to figure out who she is or was, even when she feels like she needs to break down and cry. My most disliked character was Noah. He wasn't necessarily the bad guy, but what he did to Miranda in his hopes of protecting her was messed up. Because of what he did, he ended up killing their Miranda because she was chased down and somebody shot her. It was told in chronological order with flashbacks and memories that Miranda was given before she was woken up, because she is a clone that did not have any memories once born. It had appropriate language for a young adult book that could have been geared more towards middle grade. There was little foreshadowing, but what there was good. It depends on whether or not Miranda and her team were going to keep their memories, keep their lives, and not kill billions of people by force was written well. The background was explained enough for us to understand what was going on within the world. Though it was fast-paced, impactful of action, it had well-placed downtime in between. The title of the book meant there were false memories implanted into each clone. Most of the memories were not their own. The cover of the book shows a circuit board. It refers to the tattoo, which is just an implanted device that stops the Beta team from disobeying orders, and it was supposed to be implanted into all the others. It could also mean the tracking devices that were implanted into Noah, Olive, and Miranda by Peter. What stood out as memorable was no one questioned Miranda's memory loss, nor did they ask her what memories she was remembering. If they had, they might have known she was not their Miranda. Only Peter in the end knows that she's not their original Miranda, but a clone of their Miranda. My favorite passage from the story is, anything he can do, I can do better, I hope. Miranda thinks this when she first meets Peter. They're trying to jump across house rooftops, and yeah. My favorite quote, we're your family, he says. Peter says this. We have been for years, since we were kids, even though all that was fake memories of the real people who were not the clones. He still obeys by that, their family. At the end, he's like, I'm not going to tell him that you're not our Miranda. You're still our Miranda, regardless if you never remember or never have the memories of our Miranda. What I thought about the end of the book, there could have been more to it if he had slowed down the pacing. There could have been more information about the world, the clones, and the roses implanted within the story. I am glad the majority of the Alpha team lived. What book did it remind me of? Nothing. I've never read a book like this one before, so it didn't really remind me of anything. This book is as part of a series called False Memory. I really wish authors would give their series a name instead of just labeling the first book as the series name. It's a little irritating. Because the only reason why this is a series is called False Memories because the first book is called False Memories. I rate this book a 3 because there could have been a better way to do the plot instead of hundreds of clones. So if you think it deserves a like, comment, or even your lovely subscriptions, drop it down below. I will see you next illusion.